Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Judge Helix. You're all here for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause just means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime that you've been arrested for. I have already, before court today, reviewed all of the probable cause affidavits and arrest reports in your cases. I have already determined whether there's probable cause for your arrest or not. If I found there was no probable cause, you will be released today. That does not mean that your case is dismissed. It just means that the law enforcement officer did not give me what I needed to find probable cause today, and you will be given a new court date, and you will need to appear at that court date. If I found probable cause, I will then ask you some questions to determine whether your bond will stay the same, be increased, decreased, or whether you will have any other bond conditions against you. Please only answer the questions I'm asking here today. They're designed not to get you into any more trouble and not to violate your right to remain silent. You have the right to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you today. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward. Jessica Gordon. Ms. Gordon, can I confirm your date of birth?
9/20/88.
Thank you. You are here today for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond amount is currently $3,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, and I'm going to ask the state if you have any criminal history. State?
Yes, Your Honor. She was whistled in 2017 for Willis, and an adjudication in 2018 for possession of methamphetamine, possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, and possession of paraphernalia. She had a served disposition there. She had a whistle in 2012 for battery, a whistle in 2012 for petty theft, and some juvenile history as well.
All right, Ms. Gordon, I don't have an address for you. Where are you living these days?
On California Street. I don't know the address. I just moved there.
Where did you move there from?
Off Melbourne.
Okay. How long have you been in Hernando County?
I've been here my whole life.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to keep your bonds the same. We're going to see you back to court on July 7th at 9 a.m., okay?
All right, thank you.
Casey Lindsay. Can I confirm your date of birth?
5/30/90.
Okay, you are here today for a fleeing to elude a police officer, driving while your license is suspended or revoked, third offense or more, resisting an officer without violence, and there's also a violation of probation out of Pasco County. There's probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I also see that you have an open case, a 2020 CT 1617. I believe that is set in front of me at the end of the month. Did you want to resolve that case today?
Are you talking about the driving on a suspended case?
The misdemeanor driving on a suspended driver's license. You can resolve it today, but it might affect your felony violation of probation in Pasco County. But if you want to resolve it today, I'll go ahead and give you the 10 days jail on that.
Okay, yeah.
Want to do that? Okay, so that's 2020 CT 1617. Do you understand that by taking a plea on that case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yeah.
And with regard to the driving on a suspended driver's license in 2020 CT 1617, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
Accept your plea of no contest, find it's freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, send you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. You will have fines and court costs of $450 on that. Okay, so that'll clear up that case, and we will strike it from the June 24th, 8:15 docket. And then what's left are these new charges. We have the fleeing to elude, driving a suspended driver's license, and resisting an officer without violence. I'm going to ask the state about your prior criminal history. anything other than the one we just took a plea on?
Yes, Your Honor, there's adjudication, 2020 for the controlled substance, prescription of Beverly, I'm assuming that's going to be.
Yeah.
Adjudication 2018 for possession of controlled substance, without prescription. Withholding in 2016 for dealing stolen property, withhold 2016 for false info to pawnbroker, withhold in 2016 for drug possession, and withhold in 2016 on 3 counts of dealing stolen property and false info to pawnbroker.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lindsay, I have an address here on Bradford Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
3 years?
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Essentially telemarketing.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep your bond the same on this case. We're going to set you for court on these charges on July 7th at 9 a.m. You have the Pasco County violation of probation. That's going to be no bond violation of probation. We're going to keep it at no bond, and I'm going to schedule you for a status check a week from today to see if we're doing any transport or if there's a bond amount we should give you on that one. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Michael Amalfitano?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
6/26/1972.
You are here today for armed burglary of a dwelling or structure and 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon. Your bond amounts are currently $45,000. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. And I see that he's already a felon. Can you tell me anything else about this? Is it recent or?
Yes, Your Honor. I think it's just adjudication in 2017 for, looks like, 2017 for Dwellis, defrauding a pawnbroker, dealing stolen property, a burg of a dwelling, another Dwellis second offense, and theft, 3 more, and 2 more adjudications 2017 for grand theft, Dwellis, adjudication in 2015 for petty theft, and adjudication in 2010 for retail theft, withhold in 2009 for battery, and he has some out-of-state stuff in there in the 2000s.
Mr. Amalfitano, I have an address for you on Lake Hill Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About 12 years.
Do you have a job?
I don't. I'm actually, I just got surgery and I just started physical therapy on my shoulder.
I'm going to set your bond on count number 1 at $50,000, count number 2 is $20,000, count number 3 is $20,000. It's a total of $90,000. We'll see you back to court on July 7th at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Justin Beiser.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
2/13/89.
All right, you are here today as 2 separate cases, but it's a total of 5 counts of violation of pretrial release. There's probable cause for each of those. Do you want the public defender's office?
Sure.
I'll appoint the public defender's office in each case, and any criminal history?
Yes, Your Honor, Aaron Daly for the state on this particular case. Mr. Beiser's history goes back, starts in 2008, some traffic stuff. There was an injunctions filed back in 2008. Moved forward to 2011, some traffic stuff. There was a battery arrest that was dropped in 2011. There was another battery charge in 2019, which was also dropped. At that time, there was also a risk protection order filed against Mr. Beiser, I believe, and some other stuff. He was also arrested in Bay County recently, I believe in April, which is subject of the pretrial release condition. So that case in Bay County, his bond has been revoked. That is an open case, and besides the open case, the felony case here for the aggravated battery.
Okay. The open case here, the 20 CF 922, that's what you're referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I was just confused as far as which order he's violating.
Okay. So he gets arrested in Hernando County for the aggravated battery, I believe, on the 1st.
June 1st.
There's,
His first appearance on June 2nd.
right. So before he goes to first appearance,
Okay.
he not only has violated his
He's violating the May 11th no contact order.
right
Okay.
with the arrest. After he gets arrested, but before he sees first appearance, he makes several calls from the jail. So the first one from June 1st is the violation of Bay County orders. Once he comes to first appearance, he's then again apprised in Hernando County as a violation.
Okay, so then that's why the two cases, because some he makes phone calls after first appearance.
Correct.
And those are on this violation order, and the ones from the 511 arrest are from the no contact violation there.
Right. The first charges are
Right.
first for the
Okay.
Bay County before he's advised here again.
Okay, so the ones with the offense on the June 2nd, the phone calls on June 2nd would be a violation of Judge Hitzman's no contact order.
Yes. And the ones from June 1st.
Okay.
Right.
All right, I have it straight in my head now. And because it was after first appearance, okay, but he still never bonded and made any contact with anybody.
He
Right?
can't bond.
He never, right, because he's under no bond on the other case.
Correct.
So this isn't like an RCO type thing.
Well, it would be an RCO on the felony case. We'd be
Right.
asking for an RCO because he did violate, he was arrested and incarcerated and he did have contact with the victim.
But the RCO is when you, there's probable cause to believe you committed another crime while you're out on bond. So.
Well, he wasn't on bond. He
Would
was
would
still
the
in
state, when
jail.
I took them to relate to us judges, that there's already an RCO in Bay County.
Right.
Yes, there is. That's true.
Okay. Well, I get that, because all of this would have violated whatever, because he was out, obviously, bonded out in Bay County somewhere in order to commit these new crimes here on June 1st and get arrested on them on June 1st, right?
Right.
So those he was RCO'd on because he committed a new crime while he was on a bond. I can't RCO on those because he was never out on bond on these.
That's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
All right,
It's
I'm just
moot
making
because
sure.
he's
I'm
not
just making
getting
sure
out.
I'm doing it.
Right.
He's not getting out, so. All right, Mr. Visor, I need to order that you have no contact with Jamie King. Don't have any contact whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of a residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No text messaging, social media, or technological contact, or third-party contact with her whatsoever. If you do violate my order, you can be charged with another crime. I'm going to set both of these cases on the June 23rd, 9 a.m. docket. On the case of, this is the June 1st one, the one with 2 counts on it. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 each. And the other case that has 3 counts on it, that's also going to be set at $5,000 each. We'll see you back in court June 23rd. Thank you. All right, Jared Connolly.
Your Honor, Joseph Warren on behalf
That's
of
the same
Mr.
way as a felony date. Your Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm not sure that it matters, but Justin Visor's felony court date for arraignment on 2020 CF 922 is also June 23rd.
Right.
But it's fine because I anticipate that this one is probably going to be joining up with the other violations. So we'll just leave everything as is.
Okay, so these are misdemeanors.
The new cases are misdemeanors.
Okay, that's why they don't go on June 23rd.
They should
Okay, so they should stay on the July 7th.
July 7th. Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, if Mr. Visor's still there, if you could tell him that his court date is actually July 7th. Okay. And Mr. Conley, can you confirm your date of birth for me, please?
Yes, ma'am, it's 6/9/1977.
Okay. You are here today for a domestic battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I see they have private counsel, and he is in the courtroom. You may not be able to see him, but when he speaks, you should be able to hear him. I just want to confirm a couple things with you. I have an address for you on Freeport Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
That's my former address, correct?
Okay, I have another one on Horseshoe Bay in Port St. Lucie. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, that's my mother's address. I recently moved there.
Okay, that's where you're residing now. Very good. How long were you in Hernando County for, the Spring Hill area for?
2 years.
Okay. And do you have a job, sir?
No, I received SSI for epilepsy.
Okay. And did you have a criminal history?
No, Your Honor, this is the injunction was filed by the victim, so that's it.
Okay, for this case already?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's already made those steps.
Okay. Do you know if he's been served with it yet? Or?
But that I'm not 100% sure.
All right, I'll find out. And counsel, do you want to say?
Yes, Judge, Joseph Warren on behalf of Mr. Connolly. I think obviously has no prior history. I'd request minimal bond and obviously no contact is fine because that's going to roll along with the injunction.
Okay. All right. Mr. Connolly, have you been served with the injunction paperwork yet?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Okay. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today so they have the opportunity to serve you. I need to order that you have no contact with Shauna Leo Connolly. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No email, text messaging, social media, or technological contact at all. If you have any contact with Shauna while this case is pending, you can be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $500. We'll see you back to court on July 1st at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Eileen Gloucester.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
August 2nd, 76.
You are here today for 2 counts of child neglect and 2 counts of failure to report child abuse. I found probable cause for all 4 counts. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office and criminal history.
Your Honor, she had traffic last year, but it'll bring her prior fraudulent use of credit cards and grand thefts onto her score sheet. So she does have 2 prior felony adjudications. She also has a co-defendant in this case, Mr. Gibson. I believe he's set for court next week. We'd ask that this case be set to join that case in front of Judge Toner, I believe Monday at 6:15. Keely Gibson.
All right, ma'am. I have an address for you on Broad Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About a year.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am, not yet.
All right. All right, I'm going to order that you have no contact with the minor children, in this case KB and MB. Don't have any contact with them whatsoever while this case is pending. I don't know if there's another case going on, December, whatever else, but my order here today is that you would have no contact with them. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not go within 500 feet of where they live, work, go to school, or whatever vehicle they might be in. If you have any contact with them whatsoever, technological, emails, whatever it is, Facebook Messenger, any contact at all, you'll be violating my order and you'll be rearrested and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to keep your bond the same at $2,000, $2,000, $5,000, and $5,000, and we'll see you back to court. When did we decide?
You want the co-defendant set 6:15 at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, June 15th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you, ma'am. Maybe it's you.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Philip Luby. Can I have your date of birth?
February 9th, 1989.
You are here today for possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia. Your bond amounts are $2,000, $1,000, $1,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I do see that you have an open case here, 2020 CF 379, with an offense date of March 3rd of this year for some drug charges, and that you bonded out on those. There's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you were out on bond on those cases. Because of that, I'm going to recommit you on the 2020 CF 379, revoke your bonds on those cases, and hold you in custody until you resolve that case or until a judge says differently. Your bonds on this case will stay the same at 2,000, 1,000, and 1,000. And we have a court date for you. We're going to move the 2020 CF 379 to July 7th and set this one for July 7th at 9 a.m.
So will I have court for all 5 charges then? Because I got court in August.
Yes, I'm going to set it, you have court on August 21st. I'm setting it for July 7th.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Jaden Meal. Can I have your date of birth?
2/11/02.
You are here today for a grand theft auto and fleeing to elude a police officer. Your bond amounts are currently $2,000 each. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Sure.
Wait, the public defender's office, any criminal history?
Yes, Your Honor, it's all juvenile, but given his age, I think it's all relevant. Is adjudicated delinquent in 2019 for trespass, adjudicated delinquent 2019 for trespassing by theft, adjudicated delinquent 2019 for grand theft of motor vehicle, adjudicated delinquent 2019 for petty theft, adjudicated delinquent in 2019 for tampering with evidence, trespass, and another theft. Looks like they were all handled in one date. And then he was adjudicated delinquent in 2019 for burglary of unoccupied conveyance. And in 2018, he was adjudicated on 7 counts of burglary of unoccupied conveyance unarmed.
Muriel, I have an address for you on Northeast 875th Ave in Old Town, Florida. Is that where you live?
Yeah, currently.
How long have you lived there?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay. And where did you live before that?
Indiana.
Okay. And how long did you live in Indiana for?
4 months.
Okay. And where did you live before that?
Florida.
All right. And how long did you live in Florida for then?
3.5 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I was actually got employed for a job, and then this happened.
Yeah. What kind of work do you do?
I was gonna get a job at Winn-Dixie in the deli and seafood, but probably not. No.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $4,000 each, and you'll be back to court on July 7th at 9 a.m.
All right.
Dennis Barkenclough? Can I have your date of birth?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
7/11/1951.
You're here today for possession of drugs without a prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond amounts are currently $3,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you? Do you want the public defender?
Yeah.
Do you want a
Yeah.
lawyer? Yes?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, criminal history.
I'm only showing one out-of-state charge from 1992.
I can't hear.
It's okay. It's him talking to me. You're okay right now.
Yeah, I'm only
Okay.
showing the one out-of-state charge in 1992 for a marijuana diagnosis disposition.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Okay. I have an address for you on West High Acres Street in Lecanto. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
2.5 years.
Do you have a job?
No, I'm retired.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $500 each, and we're going to see you back to court on July 7th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Steve Bright. Can I have your date of birth?
12/20/59.
You are here today for a trespass after warning, and date.
We can do that. Crazy.
Okay.
And what?
Okay. I just asked the state if they'd be willing to resolve your case today. They said that you, if you wanted to plead to this case today, then you'd be given time served for the 2 days that you have in jail currently, and you'd be released today. You would just owe the clerk of court some money. Is that what you'd like to do today? Do you want to take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You want to be sentenced to the 2 days that you already have in jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those
Yeah.
rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to the trespass after warning, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
Guilty.
I accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of about $550 assessed against you, and the cost of incarceration for the 2 days that you spent in jail, but that gets you released today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. Dalton Greaves. Can I have your date of birth?
3/2/97.
All right, you are here today for possession of methamphetamine and a possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond amounts are $3,000. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office in a criminal history.
Yes, sir. He was adjudicated in 2016 for murder structure. Looks like he successfully terminated his community control in 2018. Other than that, there's nothing.
All right, I have an address for you on Punch Buggy Lane in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
My whole life.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction framing.
All right, I'm going to keep your bonds the same, and we're going to see you back to court July 7th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
G. Quan Tyson.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Hi. Can I have your date of birth?
05/25/2000.
All right. You are here today for 2 different cases you have going on out of Pasco County. Each of them has 1 count of unarmed robbery and 1 count of burglary of a structure. Your bond amounts on each cases are $25,000, so it's a total of $50,000 for both of your cases together. All right, so I'm going to keep those bonds the same for right now because it's a Pasco County case, and we're going to schedule you for a status check in a week to see if what's going on with transportation to Pasco County, see if there's any way we can get you over there and find out if you're still in our jail or not, okay? So we're keeping the bonds the same for right now. If you are still here in a week, you can bond out. If you're still here in a week, then we'll look into it further, okay?
Your Honor.
Yeah.
I just been sentenced yesterday, 2 years house arrest, and I was wondering, may I run a concurrent, and we can send a request to run a concurrent?
That sounds great to me, but I'm not the judge on your case, nor do I have jurisdiction because it's a Pasco County case. Where were you sentenced? Here in Hernando?
Yes, ma'am. I was sentenced
Okay.
yesterday in Hernando.
Okay, so obviously you won't be able to report to probation or anything until you either bond out on this Pasco thing. If you bond out on the Pasco thing, then you can start reporting to probation and you can get a court date in Pasco and get a public defender and ask them down there. But I can't take a plea on your case.
Another question, do they have a certain time limit to come get me?
No. No, it's not an extradition from out of state. That's where the time limit is. If it's an out of state, like Mississippi wants to get you, something like that, this is another county, so there's no real time limit. That's why I'm setting you up for a status check next week. So we'll look into it. We'll have some of the prosecutors and defense attorneys here look into what's going on in Pasco County and see if there's any way that we can get you over there, okay?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you. Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.